So, good evening, everybody. My name is Ronald Fernandez. I am CEO of AIC R&D Foundation. It's an incubation center which is supported by Niti Aayog, Government of India. We are located in city of Bhopal and Central India, Madhya Pradesh. Um, so, today's topic, which we are going to discuss in this panel, is the post-COVID world, the future of entrepreneurship. So COVID has brought in a lot of challenges to entrepreneurship and startups, but it has definitely given us some opportunities also. So we are going to discuss this post-COVID scenario of entrepreneurship and startup in today's panel discussion. Let me just briefly introduce the panelists. So expert panel, we have got Anil Joshi. He's a managing partner of Unicorn India Ventures. Uh, Welcome, Anilji. Then I've got Mr. Ankit Machar. He's head ecosystem development at NEN Wadhwani Foundation. And the session would be moderated by Professor Satyajit Majumdar. Professor is a part of Center of Social Entrepreneurship and School of Management Labor Studies in Tata Institute of Social Sciences, TIS, Mumbai. So he would be moderating the session. So the stage is yours, Satyajit sir. I mean, you can moderate the session from here.
Okay, thank you, Ronald. Thanks for this invite, and it's a privilege for me to meet such a experienced colleagues who are associated in the entrepreneurship space for a very long time, and we are going to discuss something which is very important. It has to be discussed. I think that's what I feel great. So instead of not getting much into introduction and all this thing, I think we'll come to know through this discussion what kind of work we do. I think I'll follow that route. So not getting into much of the discussion, but certainly at some point of time I will ask Anilji and Ankitji to talk about their involvement in the ecosystem, how they work in that. So I think that could be the right introduction for our panelists. So I just take the clue from Ronald, what you said just now. But COVID has posed a lot of challenges. That's true. I think when it started sometime, when we saw things going out of control in the month of March, all of us thought that the world is going to change, and probably it has. We don't know. And we were grappling on the survival, life and livelihood. I think that's what we were focusing on. So a lot of things were surrounding that, and a lot of things have come to standstill. Also, life has, for some time, it seemed that life has come to standstill. But we knew, I think, as a society, as a country, we are very resilient. We have a capability to fight it out. We have a capability to demonstrate that we can do it. I think I think the entire country came forward and really handled the situation very well. Though there were some issues, but I think those are very common. We'll have to think about a country of 1.3 billion plus population. I think certainly nobody was prepared. Nobody. I think entire globe was not prepared. I think certainly the small incidences which has happened, they were just adjustment with the situation. But I think country as a whole, society as a whole, actually come out very nicely, and we have dealt the situation very well, and we have learned our own lessons. Around that point of time, Ronald, if you remember, I think you did the first webinar, if I remember, sometime in April, right? And we discussed where are we, okay? And I remember the statements which we made. We are saying, okay, ye bhi ho sakta hai, ye bhi ho sakta hai, this can happen, okay? So can happen statements were more than what will happen kind of thing. So I think we have learned, and I know Siddharji was there, and we were talking about what will happen to agriculture, what will happen to exports, and those kind of stuff, right? So I still remember, probably that was my first webinar in this pandemic world. And I remember how we moved on since then. And I have done a lot of webinars. I'm sure our expert panelists, Anilji and Ankitji, would have also done a lot of panel discussions. So they would have also participated in a lot of deliberations. So I think all of us have learned. What I'm trying to say, all of us have learned. Okay, all of us have put together our thoughts. And now we are reasonably getting some clarity that what's going on. And how the things are going to shape up, though we don't have very definitive answers. But this is also time for us to take a stop. Okay, how do we move forward? I think this question, what is the future of entrepreneurship in post-COVID time, I think is a very relevant question. Not in terms of only talking about the corrections, But how do we move forward? My first question, in fact, will be that only. I'll be very happy to ask this question to Ankit ji, because you belong to that ecosystem partnership very very deeply and very very detailed way. Okay, so I think would you articulate and would you present before us how has the post-COVID world has changed? I'm talking about the context actually. And more for us, the ecosystem partners in entrepreneurship space. How is the context changed, and what has changed, whether it has changed or not? I think those are my questions. And what do you think is going to further change? And of course, we can continue this conversation. I think open up this conversation in terms of knowing what has changed in the context for us, all of us. Over to you, Ankit ji.
First of all, thank you so much. Thank you, Ronald. Thank you, Professor Satyajit, Mr. Anil. Nice talking to everyone here. It's a great honor to be part of this panel discussion. Coming to the question, we now have set into, earlier we were saying there's a new normal. Now I would say we have already set into this new normal. From an entrepreneurship perspective, from the ecosystem perspective, we were also figuring out what is going to be the new ecosystem. But over the last 6-8 months, our interaction with the stakeholders in the ecosystem, be it investors, be it incubators, accelerators, be it service providers that are helping and supporting startups, all of them have changed at the same point. All of them have changed their strategy. All of them have presented new normal in their scenario, and to support these startups. And we are seeing a lot of startups who got invested before COVID were asked to reduce their burn rates, to reduce their cash flows, to reduce on hiring, to reduce their expenses, shut down their offices, and by the investors. Now, the but during the COVID, they did understand the scenario. They did understand the support that a startup would require to get going in during this pandemic. And I think the change has happened, but that has happened for good and for supporting startups. I'm seeing a lot of movement from the investors, a lot of incubators and accelerators around the globe has now become a flat. Anyone sitting in a smallest place in a remotest area now can apply to a global accelerator, which was not earlier possible. Right. So everything has changed for a great opportunity here, and that's the context that I would like to set up. It's a great opportunity for startups.
Wonderful, wonderful. So I think I like the statement that the global connectivity has improved. It was not designed, but it happened. I think. So I think thanks to the technology platform, we were forced to adopt technology at much faster pace than we expected to be, right? So Anilji, that's my question actually to you, because you are there in the ecosystem for a very long time. So basically, my question is, how is this technology movement has impacted us, the entire ecosystem of entrepreneurship? And how is the technology discourse is being sort of visualized by entrepreneurial ecosystem, and how it is working, how it is helping? Just how Ankit ji said that it worked, but what else happened? So I would ask you to kindly share your thoughts on that.
So I would like to, go a couple of years back, when we had demonetization.
Yeah.
And that was the time when, Prime Minister insisted that, we should move from cash economy to digital economy.
Absolutely.
And in doing so, it was very important. Two things were very important. One was, digitizing country.
Yes.
And secondly, many people were unbanked. So the initiative was taken under Jan Dhan, bank opening, and everybody was forced to, be brought under this, framework of banking, right?
That's right.
There was a lot of resistance, right? I think if I, look at if that hadn't happened, I think
Yeah.
India would have collapsed.
That's
Right?
right.
It would have just collapsed because we would have still be on cash economy,
Mm.
and without digitization, people would not have managed things. This transition so swiftly. What you had highlighted. Now let me fast forward and share a couple of examples. During first lockdown, I think things were still at a very initial stage. People were trying to adjust to it,
That's right.
right?
Yeah.
People were trying to basically come to terms that yes, they are under lockdown and life is not same.
Mm.
There were a lot of restrictions, but
Yeah.
what brought in was more restrictions within same lockdown, right? Second lockdown happened immediately after 3 weeks,
Yeah.
and that actually forced closure of almost everything,
That's
right? The
right.
only essentials were allowed. People even didn't had, like, we must all have seen a lot of news is
Mm.
around people being forced to go back, or there
Mm.
were even more strict action by police, people who moving
Mm.
around.
Yes. Yes.
So moving further ahead, the only two things which were allowed was one, medical stores,
Yeah.
and the second thing was grocery stores,
Right. Essential supplies. Yeah.
essential services, and which also over a period of time were restricted. And the only thing people could have done, government rightly did, to avoid physical connect between
That's
anybody,
right. That's right.
and said that if you want anything, please order online,
Mm.
and things will be delivered at home. And
Yeah.
the only exception they took was allowing Swiggy and Zomato to help country move at least on delivery side.
Right.
Now imagine if we didn't had this online stuff, who
Yes.
would have placed the order? I still
Absolutely.
remember most of the grocery stores actually got shut, not because they didn't had supplies. They got shut
Mm.
because they couldn't adopt to technology,
That's right. That's
right?
right.
And there were small people. I still I was surprised. One day I was just going out and I saw cobbler selling vegetables,
Mm.
and he
Mm.
had
Mm.
given his WhatsApp number for supply of vegetables, right?
Yes.
Now the
Absolutely.
people who adopted
Yes.
not only made good business, but they also diversified,
True.
right?
Very true. Absolutely. Absolutely.
And had we had not moved from cash economy to this forced digital digitization, or like digital payment, I think India would have just collapsed,
Absolutely. That's a
right?
good insight. Yeah. Yeah.
So whatever, sir, we are seeing after this 7-8 months, I think a lot of noise was made. I think government has done whatever best they could do, but i
Mm.
i believe, considering the size of India, I think much more could have been done,
Mm-hmm.
irrespective of all restrictions,
Mm.
irrespective of all challenges,
Mm.
irrespective of all diversity.
Mm-hmm.
India actually has shown much better economical, or I would say economic revival
Mm-hmm.
compared to other nation, and that has happened because some actions were taken in past, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it is said, it is rightly said, jo hota hai achhe ke liye hota hai. so
Mm-hmm.
so what was
Yeah.
being considered as a curse
Yeah.
that time, I think, has helped the India revive.
Yeah.
And this adoption to new normal, and new way of doing business actually
Yeah.
has opened a lot of opportunities, sir, in fact, you ask,
Absolutely. Absolutely.
right? So
Absolutely.
overall, it's like, I think people have now come to terms and have adopted to new requirement of society.
Yeah.
And that's the way. I think one more correction will happen and we all will come to terms now.
Okay. Okay. That's good. That's good. The associated question to both of you. So basically, this technological capability now it has to be systematically built up. It has been enforced on us, and as you correctly said, the small shops, etc. They were doing more from the survival kind of mode. So, but now the time has come to do it more on strategic mode, right? Thinking through mode, so that, as you correctly said, we don't commit many mistakes now. I think the mistakes have been there enough. I think so. This is a question to both of you. So, what is the structural intervention or strategic intervention you think that on the technology, because people have tested the benefits of technology. I think now we need not tell them
So,
how digital economy is important. So what do you
so,
think is the structural or strategic intervention needed now? What do we
so,
do as ecosystem partners?
so, sir, I will give you a couple of examples,
Ji.
right? Initially, I just spoke about digitization and digital payment, but
Yeah,
I think business is beyond these two things.
right.
And you know if you look at, there are some critical you know you know factors which are very important, and some of the organization, just to protect that, cannot allow information to pass beyond their own
Mm-hmm.
premises, especially banks, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Where you can compromise on KYC details, or like
Yes, yeah.
infringing of data.
Yeah.
Now, in absence of technology, let's say, if I am allowed to work from home and if I don't follow protocol,
Yeah.
the chances of me compromising on certain aspects of business are very high,
Right.
and me as a business will not be comfortable, and hence we came to this new thing, which is essential services, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, what technology has done it, sir, technology has now have also brought in trust factor. So there is a company, we are talking about work from home. They have coined new work from anywhere,
Okay.
right? And
Yeah.
that technology not only take attendance, but it also for example, while I'm talking to you,
Mm.
certain actions might, let's say, if I take screenshot, so
Mm.
so the technology will say that this gentleman has taken this screenshot,
Mm.
and that function will disable the that action, because I need to
Uh-huh.
protect. For example, let's say
Uh,
I'm processing certain information of
yeah.
let's say one celebrity,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Yeah.
By
Yeah.
virtue of me having access at home, I'm at my leisure, so let's say I
Yeah.
may use camera, I may use
Yes.
I
Yes.
may be
Yes.
doing
Yes.
writing. So
Yes.
this technology is actually tracking and
Mm.
raising red flags,
Mm.
enabling companies to build that trust factor.
Right.
What has it has done, that it has not only have given confidence to company to allow
Mm.
people to work from home.
Mm.
In fact, most of the company, if you look at have now extended work from home, and this
Yeah.
has happened only because of technology being the enabler,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And have made life slightly easier, right?
That's right. That's right.
So new technology being put in place, we imagine, right? In normal
Yeah.
circumstances, Ronald would have loved to do this session in
Yeah. Yeah.
physical, but
You would have traveled to Bhopal. Yeah. Yeah. Correct. Correct.
now we are
Always
at
love to meet Anilji also in person.
we all are dying to move out of house, especially
Absolutely.
people
Yes.
from
Yes.
Bombay, right? I was
Yes.
just
Yes.
listening to news, and they're saying Delhi is is in bad shape, and
Yeah.
they are talking about restrictive lockdown. I'm saying since March we are in a lockdown, you're not able to
Yes.
move, right?
Yes. Yes.
so
Yes.
so what I'm saying, technology actually have made life a bit comfortable. Of course,
Yeah.
this has also have brought in some physical aspects, right? Physical changes,
Mm.
right? Like when I go to doctor, right? I see 90% of the people are visiting doctor not for anything else, but their digestive system,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Yes.
Because earlier people were having physical activity amounting
Yeah.
3 to 4 5
Yeah.
kilometer of walking,
Yeah.
which is actually have
Yeah.
gone, right?
Yes.
Today
Yes. Yes.
people
Yes.
don't even collectively, I think, at home are not doing even 300 400 meters, right? Now
True. True.
5 kilometer and few meters, right?
Yeah.
Your digestive system has to go for toss, and you're eating
Mm.
every day because the kitchen is next door.
Yeah.
Your wife is very caring, so you'll end up eating more, right? So coming to your main question, sir, I think technology have certainly have enabled businesses,
Wow.
right?
Yeah.
And have helped people stay in business, and
Yeah.
revival of economy has happened because demand was there, right?
True, absolutely.
Situation is different. Today, I want to have certain thing, but only because I'm not able to travel, I'm not able to place order, I'm not able to, procure it. Doesn't mean that demand is not there. I think technology has enabled meeting this demand and supply gap, and have helped revival of economy. It has given confidence to businesses, where trust is an important factor. It has given, strength to businesses where confidentiality is a matter. It has allowed businesses to, do business without any, hassles, without any fear. So technology has certainly helped, sir, and I am expecting, few more, innovative solution, which will change, the way we live life. So that's my initial thought, sir.
Absolutely.
I'm
So
sure
I'll come back to this innovative solution. I'll come back to this point. I'll pick it up a little later. I'll go to Ankitji now. Just taking this discussion forward, because all of us are also stakeholders of this ecosystem, right? We are also observing technology. We are taking it forward, connecting it with our the entrepreneur trainers, incubators, startups, and so on, right? So. Ankitji, is there some change happened in the stakeholder? Two questions actually. Do you see any new stakeholder coming in and any stakeholder going out? So that's my first question. Second thing is there any new pattern of stakeholder engagement? Because that's the essence of entrepreneurship, right? The stakeholder engagement is, whether you like it or not, it's very subtle, and it happens in a very natural way. So do you see this changes? What's your view? Since you are engaged in very wide variety of stakeholder space, right?
Right. So, interesting question. So, no change as such in the stakeholders of entrepreneurship ecosystem. We still have same, more or less the same. But what Anilji was talking earlier is technology has seamlessly put everyone into one platform now. What has changed is we are now we have more access to people that were earlier, like what Anilji was saying, I would love to go out of Mumbai. Earlier, that was the constraint. Now, today, we can reach out to Anilji and Professor Satyajit anytime. So the change has happened here, where most of the startups are able to connect to the investors, connect to mentors, connect to multiple incubators, accelerators across, pitch. Earlier they would go to one competition and then spend 1 week to prepare for that. Today they just have to apply. We can spend entire week to apply for 7 competitions across. True. So the opportunity has given them more time, more access, more flat platform to apply, and bringing more global ecosystem players into the system.
Right. So you're saying we added more stakeholders actually.
Absolutely.
At least in terms of number, at least.
Absolutely. And it has become very easy.
News, actually.
It has become very easy. So today we just have to. Earlier we would spend time traveling and managing and coordinating for the speakers or the mentors. Today, in the same time, we are able to conduct many such demo days or pitch sessions or mentoring sessions.
That's right. So basically, this in our technical lingo, we call it as technology adoption and diffusion. I think diffusion has already happened. So I think we need not worry anymore on that.
Correct. Now, earlier the model was high touch. We have now become high tech. Anything which has technology enabled DNA is being diffused already by force. And it has not happened just because of the pandemic, because as Anilji was saying, if the demonetization had not happened and we had not shifted to digital payments, or for example, if cloud platforms had not come, food delivery or Amazon or Netflix or Prime wouldn't have worked. Absolutely. So over the last 5-10 years, what has ever happened, the slow growth in digital tech has completely diffused in the last 6 to 8 months is what I would put.
Right. So that's true. So so can we now articulate I don't know, because initially we were, I'm sure all of us would have been participating in several discussions when this pandemic started. And we were very apprehensive. Some sectors will be affected more. Of course, it happened actually, some sectors. In fact, today I just came back from Hubli, so I started traveling by the way, cautiously. So I just came back from Hubli today, this morning.
Right.
So yes, I could see the airports are not buzzing. In fact, Mumbai airport, I saw about 30 to 40% shops were closed. I felt very bad because I feel very homely at the Mumbai airport, right? The crowd, the engagement, the people running and talking to each other, very, very, very lively airport actually. Of course, that's there in other airports also. I'm talking
Right.
Mumbai as a case.
Right.
So I think, yes, it seems that there are some sectors who got affected because the airports are cautious. I'm just giving example just for example, at the hotels where I'm staying, those are my regular hotels, and I see the hotels are also not very crowded. So there are many services, many businesses would have affected. I think the travel and tourism probably is the most affected one probably.
Absolutely.
But on the contrary, we were seeing a lot of innovation happened in the retail, the last mile connectivity, as Anilji was talking about, the Swiggy, Zomato, actually becoming aggregators became very important. Even the small shops, even small eateries got into the Swiggy Zomato kind of platform, and we came to know there are several good ones actually exist, but we have not bothered to look at them, or we didn't have time to look at them. So for the startup, and this is my question to both of you, Anilji and Ankitji. This is my question to both of you. So in this context, what is your advice? How startups should look into the new opportunities coming through? I'm not asking you to give a prescriptive answer that health sector should do this and food and nutrition should not do this. I'm not asking you that. But what is there any new lens, or is there any new procedure or new framework which we need to use to search out for new opportunities? But because both of you said that opportunities have opened up, and I think the quantum of opportunity is larger than what we had before. So I think that's the sentiment both of you brought in. So the question is how we can really catch on that. And I'm using the catch on that is not in terms of doing some patchwork. I'm saying as a strategic thinker, as a thinker, as an entrepreneurial thinker, how do we move forward? And what's your view? This is my question to both of you, so far as new movement of opportunities concerned.
Right. Anilji, should I go first?
Yeah, why not, Ankit?
Oh, okay. So my sense is the once, so we are coming back to normal. Of course, there is another 3 to 4 months once we completely settle down. I don't think anything is going to change. People are going out and spending. They're just finding out different ways to spend. Continue to buy things like clothes, or go out, eat, and entertainment, or even managing their sports and everything. So it's not going to change in terms of their needs. Of course, their behavior has changed. Earlier, we would go out, spend in restaurants. Now we are doing similar things, maybe at a home with a very limited, but in a very large way, where we not with 15, 20 outside in a restaurant, but at least 10 people inside the home. So the opportunities, for a startup, for example, I'll give you an example where one of the startup that we part of our program, they were into robotics, and they were doing physical training, physical workshops, skill development in the robotics. Pandemic hit. He waited for 14 days when the lockdown will get over, and then waited for another 14 days, and they said now it will get over. And then eventually he realized this is not going to get over, and quickly they changed, pivoted, started online. In the 3 months they clocked revenue of 4 lakhs, and then when the lockdown got over, they saw a dip in their business again, because others have also started, schools started, colleges started, and there was no demand, and then they went back to their same business model. So anything now is what I'm seeing is a short term, next 6 months, pivot, make money, survive, be entrepreneurial, keep looking for opportunities, and then maybe
Hmm.
come back to your original business model. That's my
Okay.
sense
Okay.
as an opportunity discovery I'm
Okay.
looking
So
at.
a short-term change and then go a little consistent.
Correct,
Yeah.
correct,
Yeah.
correct.
Okay. Okay. Perfect. Perfect. Anilji, what's your view on that?
So, sir, certainly, during downturn, whether it is economical or forced one,
Hmm.
it opens up a lot of doors, and
Hmm.
it open up these doors more for innovative companies,
Hmm.
and especially for early stage who have less baggages or
Hmm.
processes.
Hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
So one example, we have one company which is in smart appliances, hardware based company, right?
Uh-huh. Hmm.
They have helped automating washing machines. They have
Hmm.
helped in making oven smarts.
Hmm. Hmm.
They are working on roti maker
Hmm.
and host of other IoT products.
Hmm. 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 Hmm.
While India was not India but entire world was struggling with pandemic, we also had another challenge was China,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So
Hmm.
that actually restricted the movement of goods,
Yes. Yes.
and
Yeah.
since company was hardware based, of course China contributes a lot on
Yeah.
your raw material, right?
Yes.
So
Yes.
I actually felt that this company will have challenges in surviving this bad period.
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
And since mentally I had a feeling, of course we were on continuous touch,
Hmm.
but I never expected them to think differently. In fact
Uh-huh.
they came up with first product which was very much related to COVID situation. So they were
Uh,
engineers, they were
uh,
techies, they had this 3D printer, so they immediately came and printed
uh,
those devices which helps you avoid contacts, right? So you can
right.
use
Right.
ATM machine, you can use lift,
Yes.
right? You don't need
Hmm.
toothpick to.
Hmm. Hmm.
So
Hmm.
while they were doing all this, they also realized that they have certain more strength which could be used for diversification.
Right.
And to my surprise, sir, where I was worried about their survival, they did more business they did last year, and they're profitable,
Fantastic.
and right.
Fantastic.
And
Yeah.
that encouraged me to help them and get more business. So
Absolutely.
it all depends on entrepreneur how you take up the opportunity.
True.
You have
True.
a choice, right? I initially told
Yeah.
you that there were
Hmm. Hmm.
like grocers who didn't adopt it to technology, and since he
Yeah.
didn't saw any people footfall,
Yes.
people coming to him,
Yeah.
he had no choice but to shut his shop, right?
Right.
Till
Right.
time
Right.
people were
Right.
allowed to move out.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
And
Yes.
here was this team which was was not allowed to go to office,
Hmm.
no, couldn't visit their factory.
Hmm.
The import was stuck. They
Hmm.
had no idea where it was stuck.
Hmm.
And they didn't had money.
Hmm. Hmm.
And they did not only picked up new area, but they also ensured that business was rocking. So
Right.
whatever business they did last 2 years, probably they will do more than that combined in this year. Now
Fantastic.
imagine I was talking about they're not able to survive, and here
Hmm.
they have turned around, right?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Now another thing, right? Considering this pandemic, now everyone is talking about cleanliness. And in fact, if
Oh.
you would have read today's Times of India, Bombay edition, there was an interesting article on manhole to machine hole,
Yes. Yes.
right? So we had another company which is basically helping automating manual scavenging.
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
Manuals were avoiding human touch,
Hmm.
and
Hmm.
especially from your background, you would appreciate the kind of challenges
Yes.
people
Yes.
have.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
And I will not quote numbers, but this company of course had been doing fairly well.
Hmm.
And because of this situation, what they did last year, they were able to do 5 times of that in first 6 months.
Hmm.
And I'm talking real numbers, right?
Hmm.
Good
Hmm.
numbers. I'm not talking
Hmm.
about few lakhs, and from few lakhs I've
Ha.
done.
Ha. Ha.
I'm talking real good numbers. I
Yeah. Yeah.
just not to color the discussion and become the spokesperson. I'm just saying that
Yeah.
people had used opportunity to their advantage.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now let me give you one more example. I gave you example of this company,
Hmm.
work from home, and work from
Hmm. Hmm.
anywhere, right? Incidentally, this company, was in, platform as a services, had been working with all big conglomerates, providing them platform as a service, enabling them to, go from their normal business to digital world of business.
Yeah.
And when all this was happening, he realized that, if businesses will go out of business, certainly he's also going to get impacted. and
Absolutely.
and he said, why can't I do something which not only, offer me new opportunity,
Mm.
but also help businesses be in business, right?
True.
And
True.
that's how he came up with. So he said, he started thinking, he started brainstorming. Typical engineers, right? Their brains works only when, moon is out. So one full night, he was thinking, and then, when sunrise happened,
uh,
he said, if this is the product, I already
uh,
have 70% of the, technology which I had been,
Available.
using. I just
Yes.
need to work on, balance 30%.
True.
And
True.
as a, true engineer, he just sat for 48 hours, kept on coding, and the
Yes.
product was out.
Yes. Yes.
And now
Yes.
he's in business. You won't believe,
Yes.
sir. He is actually, supplying, like his technology is being used by conglomerate having, workforce from 5,000 to 50,000.
Wow.
Now imagine, had he had just, been complacent and said, okay, lockdown hai, I don't have to go to
Mm-hmm.
office,
Mm-hmm.
government, saying pay, but I don't have to pay, I will
Yes.
cut
Yes. Yes.
salary, I will
Yeah.
remove
Yeah.
this,
Yeah.
that,
Correct.
I
Correct.
will, just, sit quiet and do nothing.
Correct.
No, he
Correct.
actually
Correct.
challenged the situation,
True. True.
and came out with a product which is now being used by biggies not only in India but outside India,
True. True.
right? And today I was talking to him, and the first thing he said, Anil, सांस लेने की फुर्सत नहीं है.
Uh,
Right? So
uh,
so imagine, we are talking about businesses which are saying, we are finding struggling. Of course, sir, there are certain businesses which I will,
mm,
fully want to sympathize with them, like you spoke about, hospitality industry, hotels or travel, or,
mm.
entertainment. Of course there are challenges,
Yeah. Yeah.
we would like to, carve out,
Yeah.
and I have examples even for them,
Mm,
but I will use, some, with, Ronnie's permission, if he allow me, because
mm,
he is the timekeeper, right?
mm,
So what I'm saying, see, this business which was almost, would have been in tough space, they
mm.
changed the situation to their advantage.
Correct.
Now,
Correct.
another
Correct.
example, sir, right? You said hotels are, going down. Now look at last week or this week, we saw Airbnb, results, quarterly results, and they actually been profitable,
Mm,
right?
mm,
Now they
mm,
are also
mm.
in hospitality.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
They're also
Correct. Correct.
providing,
Absolutely.
properties for rental,
True. True.
right?
True. True.
So
True. True.
they see, you need to be innovative, sir. You need
Absolutely.
to come out with a solution
I
which,
agree.
not only help people but also
True.
help you,
True. True. True.
right?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Look at theaters which actually had been, shut. Sir,
Mm,
honestly speaking, if you ask me, I think it wouldn't have taken much, all these theaters to remove these, chairs, and
mm,
could have made them, flat,
mm,
could
mm,
have been used for, COVID centers. Just
mm, mm,
imagine, just
mm,
imagine the entire building which has been lying idle for 9 months. I'm pretty sure they would now have to spend not only in varnishing, furnishing, and,
yeah.
painting
Yeah.
and
It's a huge,
everything.
huge,
They
huge.
could have used and could have
Yes.
offered, for novel cause, and could have made
True.
money,
True. 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 True.
right? So
I,
it is, sir, it is up to you what you
mm,
want to. Railways,
true. True.
imagine
Yes.
railways,
Yes. Yes. Yes.
had nothing to do with COVID, but there
They
was
did it. Absolutely.
somebody innovative, sir, who
Yes.
said,
Yes.
coaches are lying ideal,
Which is, yeah. Yeah.
let me
Correct.
convert these coaches to,
Yes. Yes. Yes.
COVID,
Yeah.
temporary
Of
hospitals,
course.
right?
Yeah. Correct.
So
Correct.
if you can think innovative, sir,
Yeah.
there are, lot of
I agree.
examples,
I
and,
agree. I agree.
way to be in business,
True. True.
like there are people who are struggling, and there is also Geo which have raised billions of dollars, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that has been raised because there is an hope, there is an
Mm-hmm.
opportunity, and
True.
there is a confidence of executing, right? As
Mm-hmm.
long as you have all these three, I
Mm.
think current situation is offering, a lot of opportunities, sir.
Very good.
I believe, while, we are going through challenges, but this actually is actually, will make India more vibrant than it
Absolutely.
was before,
True. True.
pandemic.
True, true, true.
I think
No,
we will
yeah,
head much faster than that,
yeah,
5 trillion economy, right? I think
yeah,
5
yeah.
trillion, right? So please correct me if I'm wrong
Yeah,
on
yeah,
this,
yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah.
I think we will head, much
Probably.
faster,
Yeah,
and we
early.
will see more and more investment coming to India.
Very good, very good. Yeah, yeah,
That's my view.
yeah, yeah, correct. In fact, I also sit in few committees of DBT, DST. In fact, my observation is also in sync with what you're saying. Actually, the rate of investment and the pace of work has gone up in science and technology. Because
Sir,
I work very closely with biotechnology innovators, science
sir,
and technology innovators.
ask
It has
any
gone up. Yeah, it has gone
ask
up.
ask any economist,
Yeah.
if country is developing,
Hmm.
we'll always see upward trend in growth.
Yeah,
India is
yeah,
developing large
yeah, yeah,
consumer
yeah,
market,
yeah.
vibrant
Yes,
young
yes, yes, yes.
population, you know
Absolutely.
uh, power purchasing parity is also
Yes,
improving.
yes,
So
yes, yes, yes.
I'm very bullish, sir. Best
Yeah,
time,
yeah. Yes. No, no,
best time.
absolutely,
There was a
absolutely.
time when we were thinking of mortgaging our gold to meet our external
Yeah,
commitment.
yeah,
Trust me, we will see this time which will again जो बोलते हैं ना सोने की चिड़िया, फील
उल्टा हो
तो
जाएगा.
फील तो कर
Yeah,
लेंगे सर. नेक्स्ट
yeah,
5 years
correct.
में फील तो कर लेंगे एक बार.
True, true. No, no, I agree. So actually, that reminds me, since I come from the academic discipline, that reminds me three concepts. I was just taking notes when you were speaking. The very deeper insight you brought in, actually. One is the breaking the tradition, and breaking the tradition not in terms of for the breaking sake, actually thinking through what do I do with these resources. Actually, that's what you are saying. And that's the resource-based view in strategic management. We talk about it. Fine. The resource hai, and the current market conditions are not favorable to utilize the resources. So what this resource can do to the market, rather than
Correct.
looking at the market and then chasing for the resources, the other way
Correct.
around, actually, right?
Correct.
So just flipping the story, and that's one entrepreneurial. So that's one thing. In fact, I had an opportunity to listening CK Prahlad a few times. Of course, I didn't know him personally, but I heard him several times very closely, very closely. He used to use an expression, and he has written very loudly on that in his core competence book with Gary Hamel. In fact, I had a chance to speak to Gary Hamel much later when Professor C.K. Prahlad died. I met him in one
Great
of
human being,
the
sir.
sessions. Yeah, absolutely great people. So actually, they use a word. In fact, they use a phrase called numerator management, denominator management. So क्या होता है कि जब आपको रेशो बैलेंस करना पड़ता है तो आप डिनोमिनेटर को मैनेज करना शुरू करते हो, डिनोमिनेटर को छोटा करना शुरू करते हो, so that your ratio looks good. So he says that's where we commit a lot of mistakes. He said, why not you widen the denominator to what the market base or resource base जो आप बोल रहे थे, and work on the numerator and say what else I can do. And that's a fundamental of a good business, actually, right? How do I increase my numerator, okay, with the current resources available? And that's a smart business, and that's where the innovation should trigger, which we use in entrepreneurship language as entrepreneurial alertness. I think that you very nicely express, actually. So really, that's the way it is, and that's the way it should be. Now the question is, in this, of course, you articulated very nicely on that. The ecosystem is favorable. Things are happening. Things are happening for better. In fact, if I echo your sentiment, probably some restriction on Chinese import actually help Indian businesses to suddenly get the confidence that yes, we can do it. And there are examples. I'm sure you have more examples than what I can talk about. But Ankit ji can also talk about it. So I think this whole ecosystem management actually also got, I would say, influenced. Okay. So Ankit ji, since you work on the ecosystem, so how do you see this ecosystem becoming vibrant, also becoming very bit more dynamic than it was before? How do you see that happening? Because if ecosystem is more supportive, more dynamic, I think the incidences of success will be more, right? We are improving the probability of success. So how do you see ecosystem dynamics changing?
So the first change and as you are part of many of those government agencies that do funding, I will start from there. My recent interaction with DST, Government of India, Niti Aayog, AICs that we're working, they have suddenly realized the power of startups. They have suddenly realized that these startups, these innovators can now bring in the like, for example, ventilators. Now, every incubator, you will see one ventilator startup at least developing and working, and DST has now realized that this is required.
Absolutely.
You go to the finance sector, wherein earlier nothing would move without a file or without a document, and the government was forced to do everything online and on digitally. So I would say that the major shift for this pandemic has happened from the government itself, and the struggles that the all startups were facing due to this what do you say, red tape and bureaucracy, and what things were coming while government wanted to do but never happened, has suddenly forced relaxations in the what do you say, medical uh, 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 testing and everything, or clinical trials,
Diagnostics, diagnostic
diagnostics,
care.
everything has been relaxed, and that has helped startups. So foundation invested in three companies which were in healthcare and telemedicine, training of the medical staff, making them how more technical stuff related to COVID and everything. And we are seeing government has really relaxed the norms, and these startups have flourished in the last 6 months. So, of course, investors, Anilji would be the right person to talk about that. We are seeing a lot of corporates now coming in and supporting. Earlier, they would just do a hackathon or a corporate challenge and be done with it, but they're now working, creating their own accelerator so that they can also develop internal strengths. And what you were saying, numerator management, I think they have figured it out that this is going to be the right area. So and of course the other players have equally played a very they've become very open now to the entire ecosystem.
Fantastic. So, Anilji, especially from the investor point of view, how this ecosystem dynamics has changed, or it has tried to look at it differently? What has happened to investor community?
So it has been mixed response. We as a fund have also made 6 investments, right? And I'm seeing that it's now reviving, and people are more active on investment side. But certainly it has impacted in absence of physical movement. It sometimes becomes challenging to take judgmental call. Like today, my heart will be dominating than my mind, and I want to balance both my heart and head.
True.
Otherwise, chances of we committing mistakes are very high.
True.
And we haven't done this in past, right? Though we have made investments, but these are all smaller risks. So sentiments are fine. uh, I have always seen, my experience says that during this kind of challenging time, we see more and more investments happening in our field at least. And the way I'm reading newspaper and the news is actually it's proving, and it is actually repeating that what has been happening in past is happening now as well, right? No wonder so many billions of dollar would have been invested in Geo, right? At the end of the day, they are also they have raised money for some of innovative ideas which still need to get really implemented. Of course, they have piloted, they have implemented, but the real thing will be known only after some time, right? So investor sentiment is quite positive. However, it is slightly wait and watch. No, I will not be giving very rosy picture. It's wait and watch. Investors are always risk prone and not risk prone, so it's always balance between that one factor. Secondly, sir, this pandemic, we don't have an idea when it is going to end.
Absolutely, you're right.
And
Nobody
in
knows. Nobody
and
knows.
and in absence of this, and knowing that country is quite diversified, we have our own challenges, it would be appropriate to reserve our resources, right? So people who have surplus and who could commit to invest certain, they are doing, there's no issue. However, there are businesses who are very conservative, first on managing their own house.
Yeah.
So it is slightly wait and watch. Just wait for a day when we know that certainty is there. Just see what is happening in stock market, right? It's going all high. Only on the news that this new drug which probably is
Yes.
slightly better than
Vaccine.
Pfizer, or Pfizer coming up.
Yeah.
So the moment those kind of news come, the positive sentiments are quite strong.
Yeah.
The moment I know that the certainty is there, I think we will see more investments happening, right?
Okay.
And
Yeah.
today or tomorrow, sir, I think this fiasco between India and China will also correct, right? It cannot be
Right.
lifelong.
Of
I think
course.
both countries are continuously working on it. There are some
Yeah.
challenges, but if not today, maybe after a year or maybe after 2 years,
Hmm.
things will improve. And
Hmm.
whenever that will happen, I think we'll see more investments coming in, right?
Hmm.
Irrespective whether China is there or not, we still have a lot of investments, right?
True. That's true. That's
We
true.
ourselves as a country, still need to unlock a lot of investments, in the space where I am, right? If you look at statistically, I think the domestic money in our part of business is very less compared to foreign money. So
Okay.
imagine, if domestic investors start coming, even if
Hmm.
even if it comes to 5% of its potential, the quantum
Hmm.
will be quite high,
Right.
and hence future is quite bright. But
Hmm.
currently it's happening, but
Yeah.
I think still people have wait and watch
Yeah.
approach.
Yeah. So, will it affect the growth of early startups at this moment?
So sir, it's very clear, the businesses which have shown promises have raised hundreds of $1 million,
Mm-hmm.
right? We have read those newses.
Mm-hmm.
There are businesses in our own portfolio where looking quite positive, hundreds of $1 million. They are
Hmm.
also raising. There's another business
Hmm.
which is looking quite positive.
Hmm.
The businesses which are showing some challenges,
Hmm.
or which are showing impact of this challenge,
Hmm.
I think have to survive, wait,
Hmm.
and then revisit this investment, right?
Okay. Okay.
However, the businesses which are showing positive impact,
Yeah.
I think are attracting investors.
Okay.
People have money, sir. It's not that
Yeah.
it's not there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Look at when lockdown happened and it was quite certain that movement will be restricted.
Hmm.
I personally felt that automotive industry will be impacted worst of its life,
Uh, hmm.
and I was proven totally wrong in just 3 months, because in absence of proper transportation, people actually purchase left, right,
Yeah.
center,
Yeah. Yeah.
whether it was second hand or whether it
Yeah.
was a
Yeah.
new vehicle. The
Uh,
automotive industry just bounced back like anything,
yeah. The results are evident. Yeah. The current
right?
recent results are absolutely
Right. So
surprising. Yeah.
today, if I want to take a ride, from Ronnie, he will say, "No, Anil, I will organize." So thing is that
Yeah.
current situation have and I think those businesses were also were forthcoming and coming to
Uh,
solution.
yeah.
It's not that they're coming up with expensive models. They also know
Hmm.
that today demand and supply is slightly
Uh,
different.
uh,
So sir, if you're adopting to the the requirement, I think there is a lot of business and people are willing to invest.
okay. Okay.
But slightly wait and watch approach
Yeah.
would be
Yeah.
there for some time, till time we
Yeah.
know the certainty
Yeah.
factor.
Right. In fact, you'll be surprised to know because I did a couple of sessions for bureaucrats also, young bureaucrats. I'm referring to the IS professionals. I did it one last year and one this year also. This year I was to do it online. Last year actually I traveled to Missouri to do a
Wow.
session with them. So this year
Wow.
I had to do it online.
Wow.
And the task given to them, I'm just adding to what you said just now. The task they given to them, that how do we bring innovation in governance in the current situation?
Wow.
And probably this is the first time the word innovation has been talked to the bureaucrats in a very I would say very purest form.
Correct.
Otherwise, innovation comes in the periphery. वो बात कर लेते हैं, ठीक है, देखा
Correct.
जाएगा
Correct.
वाला.
Correct.
But
Correct.
in the very purest form, that somebody said, "No, please talk about innovation. These
Very
guys have to think innovative."
very true. In
And
fact,
so I think that's also, I'm also sensing in the periphery that even the other disciplines are also getting more sensitized actually.
So, sir, that is what I'm saying. How you are able to adopt. Right
Correct.
now, things
Correct.
have changed. Government have allowed travel. Right. Government have made policies around how many people can come and not come. If you ask me, the hospitality industry actually is down, because they have not innovated.
You are right.
Right? If they try to innovate and they try to work within given framework, I think they can very well be in business. Right? Actually, I'm like, what Ronnie is doing, I'm also associated, with couple of more innovators, incubators. I'm on their advisory board. And I said, like, why you are restricting, people's meeting? I said, you have wonderful infrastructure. See, as long as you follow, protocol of 6 feet, make it 8 feet, right? Give people comfort, right? And as long as you are able to allow people to sanitize, I said, do in restrictive fashion and allow, promising, startups to engage with investors. So it's, see, I'll tell you, out of 10 investors, 9 will say no, but there would be one investor who would be willing to take challenge, right? And if you talk to 100, you have 10 people who would be willing to come, right? Meaning which, you don't have to call entire world, you just need to call 3 or 4 people. Do in smaller way rather than making people part of fatigue, right? You need to be innovative, right, sir? Right? You yourself said, you just come, you just came from travel, right? And you have followed certain protocols, you are comfortable.
Yes.
As long as you're able to do it, I think whoever will innovate will win. Right? So I have advised this incubator. I said, boss, why you are just focusing only on virtual? I said, do both, do virtual as physical, right? And don't restrict. I said, do take care of your visitors with best possible practices. You can't have same protocols what you had. And so trust me, in today's time, hotels are also waiting for guests. So if you do innovative tie-up, I think they will be more than happy to support your cause, because for
That
them,
is true.
for them it's anyway dead cost.
Yes.
Right. So if you are innovative, then I had been recently invited to speak at an event in Dubai. Of course, I am still not decided, and most likely I may not also. But to trust me, sir, they would be at least having 5,000 visitors. And my reason of exploring that was only to experience how they are able to manage. I'm not able to go, that's different. But it is important to know, if they can manage 5,000, can't we manage 50, right? And you will be in business, right?
Yes. No, in fact, you're right. In fact, just before Diwali, that was my first venturing out, systematically traveling out. I did it actually. I stayed in Pune. And the hotel rates were very cheap, obviously so. And I thought that it's because the hotels are less occupied, but I was proven 100% wrong. The hotel was fully occupied. So, and it was just 4 days before Diwali. And we believe that people are not moving out. Now people want to experience Diwali differently.
People are moving out, and I think hotels are taking, following all protocol to make your stay comfortable. And only thing you need to adjust, right? You don't have same luxury.
No, I fully agree.
Probably you have to carry your own luggage.
That's fine.
Right? So, but I think the world will come to its terms. Life will at least have to live with it for next 2 years before things at least get to normal. So let's accept it and start moving in life. Otherwise, you are already there in your house, right? Who's stopping you to continue your life?
Yes. So that's very interesting. I think our conversation has come out to very interesting sort of agenda, which should be a trigger to startups. I'm sure, and we are also learning. In fact, I'm also learning along my ecosystem partners along with you as well.
Sir,
So the question is,
would love to attend your lecture sometime. Please extend your invitation.
my pleasure, my pleasure.
Your questions make me feel that if I attend your lecture, I will learn a lot.
My honor, it would be an honor for me.
There's a lot to learn from your wisdom.
Yeah.
Or sometime Ronnie may give us opportunity. I don't know.
Yeah. So I think since we have common friends, I think we can certainly meet up. And we are in Mumbai, I think, and it's a nice way to connect and know people. And the ecosystem is so vibrant. So it's ecosystem are full of good people actually. And you tend to believe that there are more number of good people rather than people who think negative about it.
Yeah.
I think your belief gets strengthened. You start believing more on this actually.
Absolutely.
So this is more a business-like question, and since my core research area is actually strategy, and I always see entrepreneurs as a strategist, and I initially I used to face a lot of criticism. अरे entrepreneur से कोई strategy होता है क्या? वो तो quick fixes करते रहते हैं. But no, quick fixes का भी एक strategic outcome होता है. So I kind of I'm very interested. I get very enthusiastic to see how they think strategy differently.
Right.
Okay, and they do think differently. So that's precisely my strategic management professor-like question probably. What is the implication on the business model? Do you see any change, or don't see any change? Why and how? I'm just keeping it open for both of you to help us understand. Is there any business model change you're observing or you're not observing?
So definitely, what Anilji was talking currently was innovation in every move that you're making, right? So
Right.
now is the time where you have to be an innovative in terms of evolving your business model. For example, the example that I gave for a robotics startup that is part of our, they had to quickly come out with a different business model, clock a revenue that can sustain them during the pandemic. Now go back and then also raise 6 million INR in the funding, and they just closed the funding last week. Another example, the startup was into medical equipment for blind people. During the pandemic, he couldn't go find or work with the blind people because everything was closed. He quickly shifted, started preparing for sanitization and hygiene equipment because he had a workshop which had metal related equipments. Right. He quickly created those, sold it to 60-70 companies, and now he's back on his original business model. So the talk that we were talking earlier, like whatever resources that we have in hand, how do we quickly look at this and not wait for someone to give us an opportunity, identify that opportunity, do it, and then come back. And because we don't know when this pandemic is going to end, and whatever opportunity is coming, can be able to solve this, at least sustain during the pandemic, and then quickly go back to our scalable model that we were planning earlier before COVID. So that's my take. Innovative business model with an evolving mindset. I would put it like that.
Okay, so as a supplementary question to this, do you see an absolutely new segment of market which entrepreneurs are aggressively created in this situation and pursued it very, very strategically? Have you seen such things happening now?
Yes, largely in the edtech domain, largely in the, for example, if you, I've come to my hometown, which is a very small city in Rajasthan, and the schools here had no clue on how to operate and go online. And clearly I'm seeing 5-7 small startups, engineers who had gone out to Mumbai, Pune. Now they are also back home due to pandemic. Some of them lost their jobs, came together, develop a software to help these schools to go online. Of course, they can't take softwares that are available by the bigger companies because that gives a lot. But is this small market here, and is happening across small cities where the bigger companies have not reached yet.
Right.
Or they're not able to capture those market because they are so heavy for them.
Right.
So that's one example. I'm sure Anilji would have more such examples where, for example, another startup, he was into grocery delivery in a very small area in Raipur. Suddenly, due to pandemic, shifted his entire focus on delivering masks, delivering PPE kits,
Other essentials,
other essentials involving the other household wives and rural population to build those and then develop that.
True.
So that market was never, they never thought about that business model, or they would go into that, but they shifted into it.
Right.
And they're clocking around 1.5 lakh per month now.
Yeah.
It's a team of 5 people and doing and recently graduated.
Fantastic. No, these are actually very interesting stories, and this also gives a different way of thinking, because that reminds me that in fact I'm going to do a session just day after tomorrow with all the college principals and administrators of JNK UT, Jammu and Kashmir. And they are very aggressively pursuing setting up incubators across colleges.
Right.
I think which NEN has done since ages, right? But I'm sure it was quite challenging those places to think that way, I think.
Absolutely.
But now those places are, and in fact, just before this session, I had a call from one of the principals who is the anchor person. He said, can you quickly send me your picture, because I need to finish this communication today. And those guys.
Right.
So I think this is the subtle vibrancy which has gone to the smaller places. So I'm not saying JNK is a small place, but what I'm saying, the places which were untouched, and we thought that no, they will come later. But I think they have also responded very, very nicely, right?
Absolutely. And on the other stakeholder side, we are so my experience, NEN experience, we've been working with colleges, incubators, and startup ecosystem. But the new category that we are looking is, one is industry associations.
Yes.
Now they are coming back to us, and they're saying a lot of our employees of the industries are getting unemployed, or they're not been able to do something.
Yes.
Can you help develop entrepreneurship programs for them?
Why not?
Because they've lost their jobs, and we would like to support them. So this is an entire new market that has come to NEN, for example.
True.
In terms of, and we are now catering to those professionals who have recently lost jobs, or they're not able to get good employment. And can they learn entrepreneurship and start something and sustain it?
Absolutely. In fact, that reminds me. In fact, out of my curiosity, I was doing a little bit of very loosely. I was doing some kind of sense making, which are the contexts in which entrepreneurial actions speeds up. Okay, so and it says that whenever there was a crisis, the entrepreneurial actions goes up. Absolutely. And they say, like earthquake, floods are the situation. Even geopolitical conflict. When cross-border conflict happen, the incidences of entrepreneurship goes up. Absolutely. So probably pandemic gives us, of course, these are bad incidences. It should not happen. But the humanity really curses those incidences. But these are the incidences who have given multifold increase in the speed of enterprise creation, I think.
Absolutely. And we're seeing a lot of such sudden jump in the investments from the government side in the medical, in the telemedicine services. We as Vadvani Foundation is invested in a lot of healthcare related startups and SMEs. Because that's going to happen, because we were not prepared for this.
True.
And also another opportunity is such things which never was imagined by anyone. Now is an opportunity for us to see whether such things are going to happen in the next 2 years, 5 years. So how do we prepare ourselves?
Absolutely. So Anilji, since you come from very heavily from the investment point of view, so I'm sure you also have very technical answer to this business model and the new market segment creation. So what has been your observations, or what has been your experience in this, especially in this 5, 6, or 8 months? What's your sense on that?
So, sir, certainly, digitization have played a very important role, right? I think earlier there was a lot of resistance to telemedicine, right? Now, karta na kya marta wali baat, right? So
Yeah, yeah.
people said, I need to visit to doctor. Doctor said I need to see patient. The only
Yes.
way is to go online,
Yeah, yeah.
right? So the people who adopted this new way of engagement, actually where able to do business, right? But
Yes,
people
yes.
who said I can't do this online stuff,
Yeah.
they were out of business, right?
Ha.
Because if you can't consult patient, how would
Yeah,
you have your own income, right?
yeah, yeah.
So and in fact, sir, trust me, earlier where people were able to, because see, when you go physically, you
Hmm.
tend to spend more time with doctor.
Hmm.
But when you were doing online, their productivity increased, right? Earlier,
Yes,
if they were able
yes,
to see 10 patients
yes,
in time frame, now they
yes,
were able to see more patients and from
yes.
different places, right?
True.
That's one change I've seen, right?
Hmm.
People have who actually had resistance,
Hmm.
actually adopted to those changes,
Hmm.
right?
Hmm.
So the consumption pattern have changed for sure,
Hmm.
right?
Hmm.
Look at, there was a lot of resistance for people, like we will not release our movies,
Hmm.
right?
Hmm. Hmm.
There are no theaters, but then
Hmm.
people positively accepted OTT platforms,
Yes,
right?
yes,
Why not, right?
yes,
There are
yes.
people who want to consume that now today at their comfort.
Hmm.
They are the one who are going to pay you. Give them that comfort, they will pay
Yes,
for it, right? So
yes, yes.
businesses changes. I have I know very interesting, right? I have a very dear friend who actually do a lot of I'll not say magician, but of
Hmm.
course that is one part of it. It is quite motivational, and he adopted to this, and he did all this online,
Right.
and he made. So you would imagine that for this kind of show you need to assemble 100, 200, 300
Ha.
people online. Now
Ha.
imagine you're doing this with 400 people from 400
Yes,
different places, right?
yes, yes,
And
yes,
you're still able to manage their expectations.
yes, yes, yes.
Wonderful, right? People adopted.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure he would have done a lot of hard work to give you
Hmm.
same feeling
Hmm.
you would get in person, right?
Hmm.
So this is
Hmm.
a very live example, right? I gave
Yeah.
you another example where people diversified, where people
Yeah.
change the way business was done. I
Yeah.
I saw there is a very small boutique shop in the place where I stay for saris, but
Hmm.
now people are not moving out. Who's going to buy saris?
Ha. Ha.
So he smartly moved entire inventory back,
Hmm.
and half of the shop was converted for groceries and vegetables,
Yeah. Yeah.
right? So people adopted to change, right? It
Yeah.
was,
Yeah.
so I actually kept on repeating, this is a period of survival,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
If you are not able to accelerate, ensure you survive, and you can go
True.
back to your business, because see, life
True.
has to come back to
Normal.
normal.
Hmm.
And people will adopt to new things.
Yeah.
We now people are very comfortable, sir, ordering food,
Ah.
getting delivered. I don't
Ah.
want to go out now.
Yes.
I have started accepting this change, and instead of going out, I'm comfortable having it in my house. So things are
Yes.
changing, people have
Yeah.
adopted to changes.
Yeah. Yeah.
And in time to come, now we have to see the amalgamation of both
Yeah.
virtual
Yeah.
and real world.
Yeah. Yeah.
So certainly
Yeah.
things have changed, and
Yeah.
every business have got adopted to this new change, sir. So
Yeah.
digitization have actually played a very important role
Yes.
in
Yeah.
bringing life somewhat to normal.
Hmm. 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 Very good. Very good. Yeah. So I think with this note, I'll kind of trying to come to the closure of this session. And that reminds me, actually, that's one article which is one of the favorite research articles written by William Gardner. I'm sure all of us would have read that. And he just put a very simple question: don't describe entrepreneurs by who they are, but describe entrepreneurs what they do. I think that's what we have been doing. So I'm just drawing parallel from that statement and asking both of you to kindly tell us about your work, because we deliberately, me and Ronald deliberately decide that we'll not get into introduction mode, and we will not read out your biodata and say this happened and that's happened. So because the kind of you articulation you brought in, the kind of expressions you brought in, that speaks about your work. But just to for the benefit of our audience of this session, may I request both of you to kindly just tell us in brief about your work, and what's your engagement in the space of entrepreneurship? How do you do it? Maybe anyone can start. Maybe Anilji can start, and then Ankit can follow, and then we'll sort of close this session.
Sir, thank you very much for giving opportunity to share what I do. Sir,
Pleasure.
to make it short, I run a venture capital fund
Yeah.
under name Unicorn India Ventures.
Yes.
We are Mumbai based, and we invest early stage companies. We are tech focused, and we invest anywhere around $500,000 to $2 million. Currently, we are in our second fund. We have a portfolio of 30 companies, and 17s are in fund 1, 6 in fund 2, and then we also have a small fund based out of UK. There
Okay.
we have 7 companies in portfolio. So we are in our third fund, second in India,
Okay.
and we have portfolio companies. So we, like, unlike many funds, we also have a lot of investments in tier 2, tier 3 cities. So
Okay.
we are very cautious about innovativeness which is happening within country, and it's not restricted to just metros.
Yeah. Yeah.
I have recently made one investment in Ahmedabad. I
Okay.
have also invested in Pune. I have also
Okay.
invested in Jaipur. I have also invested, of course, companies in is very close to Bhopal registered, but they moved
Okay.
to Delhi. But then
Okay.
I have investment in Cochin. I have investment in Trivandrum, right? So
Fantastic.
we are fairly diversified, but
Yeah.
we are a tech focused fund.
Fantastic.
Yeah,
Fantastic.
thank you very much, sir.
Thank you. Thank you. Ankit ji.
Sure. Thank you so much. I lead the Ecosystem Development Initiative at NEN India, which is one of the initiative of Vadvani Foundation, which is a US-based not-for-profit philanthropic initiative, working with a mission to create a large number of jobs across Asia, Africa, and Latin America.
Yeah.
We have different initiatives. I'll just quickly talk about Vadvani Entrepreneur, which is basically working with entrepreneurs in India, Asia, Africa, and Latin America.
Yeah.
And we work with incubators, we work with institutions, academia, startups, early stage, growth stage. To build their capacity, to give them right skill set, knowledge set, so that they can create sustainable ventures, which then can be taken forward by the worlds of Anilji and the worlds of Ronald here, by the investors, by the incubators, or they continue their journey organically. So that's we have different programs looking at very early stage, even for the students or high school students as well. Right from if they don't have an idea, how do they come together for bring an opportunity, build their business model, create their prototype MVP. Eventually, from MVP to market is another program that we have, and we run this through incubators, accelerators, institutions. Organizations like corporates as well, and now with the industry associations as well. Some of them also with governments here in Gujarat, Kerala Startup Mission, EDI in Tamil Nadu, and others, where we are working. The whole idea is to build capacity of lot of entrepreneurs and get them started on their journey. And then some of them will continue on their journey and create sustainable ventures, which will
Right.
lead to job creation over the
Amazing.
next 5 to 10 years. That's the
Amazing.
goal.
Amazing. Great work. Really great work. So thank you. And really, I feel honored and very happy to meet you. Look forward to meet you in person. I'm sure Ronald will do that also.
Same here. Same here.
Yeah.
So before we wind up, Satish sir, I would also like to request you to talk about yourself also.
Absolutely. Yes.
Okay.
I know everybody knows about you, but still, I mean, if you could talk about it.
Okay. Just in brief, as Anilji and Ankitji were. So basically, I'm also an educator, and of course, I started my career working as a maintenance engineer, and then moved on to consulting, and then moved on to teaching and research. So I call it as a backdoor entry to academics. So, and I also deeply engage with entrepreneurs. We also have an incubator, but more a social impact incubator. We work across the country, almost across the country, and little beyond also, somewhere in Nepal and those places also, and help young startups, of social impact startups, to come up and do something which is economically sustainable, but yet impactful, environmental and socially impactful. That's the space I come from. I work a lot in villages, and started working with the agriculture community. I don't say farmer alone, with a community who is into the food, the food community. We have started working with a simple mission that how can we bring dignity in agriculture. I think we have lost it over the last several decades.
Correct.
So that's one mission we are working. But otherwise, I'm very much into biotech startups, because we are a knowledge partner with one of the flagship program of Government of India. So that takes us very close to biotech startup, healthcare, etc., etc. Actually, that's a very interesting discipline, and I teach also entrepreneurship, business plan, strategic management. These are my fields. And excitingly, we all connect together through Ronald. Actually, great work done by RNTU and ISEC. We know what is their valuable contribution. So I think all of us have a common introduction, that we all of us know this ecosystem which was created by RNTU and ISEC.
Great.
So that's it for me. I think we can close the session if Ronald permits.
Sure. So I would basically, at the last, would like to really thanks Ankit, Anilji, and Professor Majumdar. I mean, it was really engaging session. I mean, I really loved listening to all the viewpoints, and I'm sure startups and students who are planning to enter into this startup domain. It's really going to help them in strategizing their next steps in future. So thanks a lot. It was really engaging session. Thank you for your time. Thanks a lot. Thank you.
So we close the session. Yeah.
Okay, thank you, sir. Raman, are you there?
No, he's not there. I don't see him.
So we can end here. I mean, it's already recorded. So yeah. Okay, thanks a lot, sir. Thank you.
Bye. Thank you.
Thanks. Good night. Bye-bye.
Good night, sir.